Hey guys, just thought I'd do this real quickly, but I'm surprised no one ever thought about this, and I even mentioned it last night at the MLP forums. I'll probably mention it over the Equestria Daily forums. But I don't know if anybody's mentioned this or not, but when you take a look at how the names of the cutie marks were drawn of, what member of the main 6 or 7 or 8, if you will, Spike included, you know, um, after that drawing happened, there was something that was unique about this. And as crazy as it sounds, I think it was a subtle Easter egg or nod to a certain group of shippers. You see, we all pretty much knew that Pinky got Twilight by looking at the trailers. But we were all guessing about who else got who. Well, like I said, we pretty much knew by the trailer that Pinky got Twilight and Rainbow got Fluttershy. But we didn't know who else got who. We didn't know who else drew what pony. And when we finally did find out, it was a bit of a surprise. Now, some of us did kind of come out and say that we called it about who was going to get who, but some of us were a little surprised that even though we called it, the only way it came about was for certain reasonings. I said Twilight was going to probably get Applejack, and instead Twilight got Pinky, so both Pinky and Twilight got each other. I said Spike was going to get Rainbow Dash, and initially he did. I said Fluttershy was going to get Rarity, and she did. I thought Rarity was going to get Spike, but she got someone else. You kind of get the idea, right? Well, the point is, if you're a shipping supporter of literally these 3 ships, then this little scenario that happened in Best Gift Ever was a nod, in my opinion, to you. You see, like I said, initially Spike ended up getting Rainbow Dash, but through a quick talk, fast talk, smooth talk way, he was able to trade with Fluttershy, and Fluttershy, who originally had Rarity, ended up with Rainbow Dash. So she kind of ended up in the same predicament that Twilight ended up in, but it was through a trade. Now, with that said, even though a lot of people feel that Spike should have just got Rarity right off the bat, would have saved the trouble, everybody has argued and countered by saying that even if they didn't go that route, and would have gone a route that had Spike explain why he wanted to get Rarity, why he wanted to be the one to get Rarity a gift to Fluttershy, that Fluttershy would have willingly traded, no matter what. Heck, I've even suggested and mentioned that Fluttershy, the way she's portrayed in the special, even if she did figure out what happened off screen, probably would have kind of laughed it off and been like, that's what makes Spike happy, then that's cool with me, kind of deal. But getting up back on point here, after Fluttershy and Spike have that trade, AppleJack comes into the picture. Now, rewind till after the drawing. Spike approaches AppleJack, asking her, if there's anything against trading or trying to trade with another pony or another creature for someone else. Initially, Applejack doesn't see a problem with that because she can't really recall maybe if they'd done that in her family or not. And immediately she kind of shuts Spike off right there by saying she doesn't have Rarity because that's pretty much why he wants to trade. But here's why she says that. Applejack says that because, like I said, we go back to after Spike leaves Fluttershy after making the trade. And AppleJack basically tells Fluttershy she needs help trying to find a present for the one she drew, and that is Spike. That's right, AppleJack drew Spike. Now, if you're a supporter of the AppleJack Spike ship, that's a nod to you, right? But it gets even better. Well, Spike is trying to find who has Rarity. He bumps into Rarity, or this is after, I guess. I don't know. I think it's after. I'm not really sure. But during, I think during Spike's little arc to get Rarity the best gift, he bumps into Rarity, and Rarity reveals she got AppleJack. Yes, Rarity ended up getting AppleJack. And if that's not enough, we get a little moment at the end during the closing song with AppleJack, with Rarity kind of pulling AppleJack towards her to kind of nuzzle cheeks together in a friendly way, although some would assume otherwise. But if you're a RaraJack shipper, basically RaraJack being, I guess, short for Rarity and AppleJack, that was a nod towards you, with Rarity getting AppleJack. So that's two ships with already within the span of this entire crescendo taking place. They kind of come full circle. Basically, they interconnect, they interweave, if you will. Because like I say, we find out that AppleJack got Spike. We find out that Rarity got AppleJack. And then, of course, through the trade, Spike got Rarity. So, if you're a supporter of any one of these ships, depending on how people feel about them, you pretty much got a nod towards you. Basically, AppleJack getting Spike, Rarity getting AppleJack, and Spike eventually getting Rarity, these were nods towards you. Because if you were an Appllespike shipper, you pretty much, when AppleJack revealed she got Spike, that was pretty much the creator saying, hey, this would, basically that was the creator saying, this is for you guys. You can interpret it that way. Same with Rarity getting AppleJack, and then Spike eventually getting Rarity. So yeah, I just thought I'd come on here and kind of bring up the fact that, despite all the other ponies getting, and Spike, besides everybody else getting, who they got, that it's kind of weird that from a shipping perspective, two of the most popular ships in MLP, or three of the most popular ships in MLP in recent years, especially this year, were kind of nodded at, were given the nod, were given the Easter egg nod at in this special. Like I said, AppleJack getting Spike, Appllespike, if you will, Rarity getting AppleJack, RaraJack, if you will, and then of course Spike getting Rarity, inevitably, thus Sparity. So in other words, if you're a fan and a supporter of Appllespike, RaraJack, or Sparity, kind of unique how that all kind of interweaves and interconnects together, doesn't it? But I thought I'd just bring that up, I thought I'd just bring that up because it's pretty unique when you think about it. Outside the other characters who got, outside, Pinky getting Twilight and Twilight getting Pinky and Fluttershy getting Dash, through the trade, and Dash getting Fluttershy. So, yeah. Thought I'd just bring that up. Let me know what you guys' thoughts on it are. I'd like to hear what you have to say, and I will talk to y'all later.